Oh, divine, divine, divine.
Polyester.
Just kidding. I like Marriage Story.
It
I'll
was
do look.
nice. It
Hey,
was
look.
a solid.
This is one that I want, but I'm kind of torn because if it's anything like Robinson Crusoe on Mars, then I'm probably not going to like it.
Before we get to the question, is physical media dead? Let's go back. Back to when physical media was at its golden age. This is the golden age of physical media. When people were buying and renting movies from stores and movie rentals. It made families leave their home to go out and pick a movie for movie night. This tradition brought families closer. The physical media technology began its transformation stages by moving away from VHS to DVD in 1997, discontinuing the VHS era. In 2006, the groundbreaking physical media technology transformed itself yet again by moving away from DVDs to Blu-rays. Physical media evolving into different physical media platforms made people excited and made people want to buy and rent the newest platform available. Therefore, with the evolution of physical media platforms and the tradition of picking out a movie for movie night, it was safe to say that physical media was here to stay. But in 2007, the physical media industry was preparing its end when a streaming service called Netflix interrupted the whole system by ending the annual tradition that made physical media what it was. It ended the let's go out and get a movie for movie night. Netflix also offered something that Blockbuster and other movie rentals and movie buying stores couldn't offer, and that is to pay $7.99 to watch unlimited movies and shows. This was a big blow to the physical media industry, and it started to make movie rentals go bankrupt and force people to go watch movies and shows on Netflix. With Netflix being very successful, more and more streaming services came pouring in. With the new arrivals of Hulu, Peacock, Amazon Prime Video, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, and Disney Plus, more and more stores have been carrying less movies than they used to do. I remember going to stores like Best Buy and Target and me having a hard time choosing which movies to buy because there was countless of rows of movies to choose from, but now they only have one aisle of movies to choose from. Although the physical media industry is hurting really bad right now because of stores carrying less movies, the physical media industry's solution to this is to have stores like Best Buy and Target to do limited releases of their own. This includes having the option to buy various of physical media content. The people have the option to either buy the Blu-ray 4K collector's editions, the Blu-ray 4K steelbooks, or just buy the generic Blu-ray copy of it. The limited edition releases have been successful. They're sold out after 2 days of its release. Once they're sold out, you won't see them in stores ever again. If you miss out on them, you will find them online for double the price. Barnes & Noble also has their own thing in which they sell boutique films under the name The Criterion Collection. The Criterion Collection is an American home video distribution company that focuses on licensing important classics and contemporary films. Criterion serves film and film scholars, cinephiles, as well as public and academic libraries. Movies like 8 1/2, Barry Lyndon, and In the Mood for Love are in the Criterion Collection. Films in the Criterion Collection are pricey, but even though with the prices being high, the Criterion Collection has been getting a lot of attention. 2 times out of the year, the Criterion Collection has a sale. The sale has their movies 50% off. This is a big event for the physical media industry because people post videos and pictures on what they bought on the sale. Although people are enjoying the limited edition 4K Blu-ray Steelbook releases and Criterion movies, streaming services are about to ruin the physical media industry yet again. While the physical media industry was having their fun, the streaming service industry was watching and taking notes to what the physical media industry has been doing. With the success of the 4K Blu-ray Steelbook releases and the Criterion movies, streaming services decided to have their own movies stream on 4K. This is another big blow to the physical media industry. Or is it? Although Hulu, Peacock, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, and Disney Plus says their movies are on 4K, But is their 4K really 4K? Playing a 4K movie from Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, or Disney Plus servers should be the same as playing it from a 4K disc, right? Not really. Although both streaming and 4K discs will have the same resolution of 3840 pixels by 2160 pixels, there is something that makes them very different from each other, and that's something called compression. Compression lowers the file size of the video by tossing out redundant or unnecessary information, and streaming platforms do this a lot, and this is not what you want. On a 4K disc, a movie typically has at least 5 times as much data as a streamed version of the film, which means sharper fine details, fewer distracting artifacts, and a better overall image. In other words, watching a movie on a 4K Blu-ray disc gives you the true 4K experience rather than a false 4K experience by watching it on a streaming service. Even though streaming is the most popular way to watch a 4K content, in order to have the best image and audio quality possible, you need a 4K Blu-ray disc and a 4K Blu-ray player with a 4K cable. Yes, streaming 4K HDR movies can look good and sound very good, but discs are even better. Streaming services has also been releasing movies of their own and not releasing them in physical form. This is more bad news to the physical media industry due to not having those movies released on their platform. But recently, streaming services has been releasing some movies and TV shows in physical form through exclusive rights and contracts, much like what Netflix and Criterion are doing. Movies like Marriage Story, The Irishman, and Roma, and many other movies are under exclusive rights and contracts so that they can be released in physical form. In order to have movies that are released overseas to be brought to America, they have to be under exclusive rights and contracts so that they can be released in physical form here in America. So with that being said, is physical media dying? Well, it depends how you look at it. For me, I don't think it's dying. Yes, more stores are carrying less movies and movie rental stores are dying. But with the big cult following of the Criterion Collection and the 4K Blu-ray Steelbooks, I think physical media is here to stay for a while. But if you say physical media is dying, I can see why you say that. But in all fairness, the industry that is dying more rapidly than the physical media industry is the movie theater industry. In a few years, I can see movie theaters dying out like how movie rental stores did. The reason for this is because the physical media industry and streaming services, due to their 4K capabilities and how well TVs and sound equipment are nowadays. But I am not going more into depth about this. That's for another video. Thanks for watching.